child, my parents struggled with me during my primary school years because I did not excel in academics or extracurricular activities during my primary school years. And honestly, they didn't even know how to help me. Even when I worked like a counselor across schools in India, I realized that children are labeled in a similar fashion like I was labeled when I was a child. And these labels range from this child is too difficult to questions like is there a problem in your family? Purely based on judgments. In India, there is no definitive statistics on the number of children screened for developmental delay and social emotional learning. And we wonder why. Well, rarely whether the child can understand you, whether he's grasped simple math or English concepts, or whether he knows how to interact with his peers, and what can be done to help these children. And this practice still persists in India. Like this big jar with a small cone which causes a bottleneck. Similarly, the lack of screening retards the early identification for developmental delay and social emotional learning in a country like India, which has a large population of young children. There are three main problems here. First, parents, teachers, and schools are not even aware of screening questionnaires. Second, the screening questionnaires that some clinics do use are costly, not easily accessible, and require training. Third, there's lack of consensus between parents and teachers on the child's progress. And due to these reasons, informal conclusions are drawn and will continue to do so till we find a feasible solution. And this is where my study comes into play. Working with children in India, I realize I need to address this bottleneck by providing tools that are less costly, easily accessible, and do not require any training. My study will be done in three parts. In part one, I will translate the questionnaire to Hindi, that is India's national language, so it can cater to rural and urban population. In part two and three, I will ask parents and teachers to fill the same questionnaire so I can gauge into the child's physical, cognitive, and social emotional well being and see whether these questionnaires can actually differentiate between children and whether parents and teachers who fill the same questionnaire agree or disagree with the child's progress. My study will widen the neck of the bottle by ensuring that more children are screened. In addition, these tools can also be used during doctor's visits and school enrollments, so we can early on identify which child needs further diagnosis or intervention. Lastly, but most importantly, it will help to reduce miscommunication between parents and teachers and ensure that every child has a right to a happy childhood while realizing their full potential. Thank you.